Hello and welcome to episode 28 of our Timberborn Update 5 Waterbeaver playthrough here in cycle 28, day 18. And last time we finally got one of these floodgate dams built. We're working on the second one, and once that is complete, all we have to do is blast out a channel here, and our badwater diversion will be just about done. We have a little bit left here to blow out so it can travel out the side of the map, but we're not going to do that until the rest of this is taken care of. So just to recap how this is supposed to work. Each of these three pools here have a water source in them. The water comes out, and if it's a good tide, we will keep this floodgate up and put this one down, and then all of the good water will flow out through here as normal. And if it's a bad tide, we'll flip-flop these. This one goes up, this one goes down, and then, well, we're going to keep enlarging this channel, but all the bad water will just go all the way out here off the side of the map. No problem whatsoever. For this area, there is still the matter of over here. We do have this one water source that needs to be diverted. I had already started the process of putting this in place, but we kind of put the brakes on for this to try and do the other one. But it's basically going to be the same thing. I'm going to have to blast this out here and put one of these dam houses in, floodgate dams. And then we're going to have to put another one, since we blocked this off, put another one probably here-ish. Or if we're feeling really saucy, we could put one in this general area. Maybe take all this stuff out, because it's honestly never going to get used at this point. And just shove all that off the side, because that is the only way we're getting any bad water down here. Let's turbo mode this through the rest of the night here so we can actually see something. And I believe it's gonna be working pretty well. But you know, I just said we're gonna turbo mode this, but I did recall saying in the comments that people were supposed to, or I didn't say in the comments, I said in the video, and you guys reminded me in the comments that I need to check on my pumps. We have 4.2 days left in the drought. My goal is to try and keep my rice alive. We have a little bit less than half of a block worth of height here, and I did, in fact, pull the straws up, so to speak, on these water pumps. But these guys right here, no, we did not. We did not fix those. So we're gonna do that so I don't pump all of my water out. Remember, these deep upgrades are paused. These are good. These are good, and I believe that's it. I don't think I have anything else trying to hold that in there. So, that's good. I just missed these three, but it's always good to check, and I always appreciate when you guys keep me honest with this stuff. These are also, we already took a look at these, but the reason we don't want to pump out of this is, of course, to keep the lotuses alive. Although, we have 543 of these sitting here already plucked. We're probably okay. Honestly, we're probably fine. But I have this incredible, insurmountable need to not have to have these replanted constantly. Anyway, that being said, that's all taken care of. Construction progress on this is substantially further behind, but it's going to end up being okay. Now, this was supposed to have our explosives for keeping this getting expanded, but you know, it's such a slow process. We do now have this path built up on this side and this side. The only problem is it's not completely connected. We can take care of those two things, and then this right here is going to have staircase, 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 and that is going to get this much easier to traverse across here. And that, friends, is going to be very, very good indeed. So, since we have made such a monumental change to the accessibility of the map, now would be a good time to talk about what's going to go up here. Obviously, this will be a great place to have another aquatic farm if we can dam this up. And that's a big if, because this is a very deep chasm here. We would have to fill it with something. Easiest thing to do in terms of, you know, not unnecessarily complicating things is to just put terrain blocks in, but we have to have the mechanical drills to do that, and we don't yet. We will at some point soon, but we, unfortunately for right now, cannot. So what we're going to have to do instead is figure out some way to prevent any water that we put in here from just going all the way out. So for right now, we can't really do anything aquatic up here without building an enormous wall of house levees or something like that. Now, we can. There is nothing that will stop me except my own personal pride and then the shame in the comments from quote-unquote cheating at the game, from just doing that, which, you know, it'll work. It'll stop the water from going out, but that's not in the spirit of the game, and we will not be doing that. So, unfortunately, we will have to figure out some other solution. But this area up here would be a great place, as a couple of you have mentioned in the comments, to put lotus production, because they can go in the center here, where it's too deep, and then rice can go around the outside. We can obviously explode this out a little bit to have more lotuses, but I think that would be the perfect use for most of the space up here. Some of our other things mechanically could also go in this general area, depending on how we want to do power. We can, if I research it, we can build engines. I think at this point we have a robust enough stock of the nenifars where we could get a reasonable amount of methane produced. But it is a very, very long process to research things in this mod, because everything's got to go through the library, and the amount of science that we can make at any given time is just unfortunately very low. These guys are requiring berries. If we change the recipe to efficient science, they still require berries, which we unfortunately do not have a lot of. And I did get a couple of comments saying, hey, why do you still have the berries? Get rid of them. Well, we need the berries, but we don't need the berries to be here. We can clear this space out and grow other crops and just deal with the berries elsewhere. We have some growing up here. We have some growing up here. There are also more growing over here. Not a ton, but there are more growing over there. And once we have the, well, this is a way, way, way later, the tree nursery, I believe, will allow us to plant the berries. So I'm not going to get rid of these berries yet, because we currently don't have a replacement for them. But long term, yes, I do see you in the comments. I do always read all the comments, even if I don't respond to you, which lately I haven't had a whole lot of time to do. But I do always read every single comment, so don't ever feel like you're being ignored. I just can't get to everybody's suggestions, and it's not always something that I'm going to do in the game, but I do always make sure I see what you guys are saying. So we will build other stuff here. I'm pointing with my finger so you can't see it. But we will build other stuff here eventually. Just got to get there. It just takes time. All of that being said, now that we have access to come across here, and this is just about done. We need the one log. We're going to be in a really, really great position to take advantage of all of this space once it's cleared out as well. There's tons of metal up here that, well, we don't really need to get at right now, but we will eventually. We'll eventually get to it. Plenty of stuff to do for sure. This area up here continues to be useful. We haven't been harvesting all of this rice, which is, I'm not really sure why, but you guys brought up something good in the comments that I hadn't really thought about. We can just, you know, clear some of these, get them unplanted once they harvest, and we can just put a river bath in here. This is always going to be clean water. No problems. Okay, this is still set to hauling. We probably need to have more haulers, honestly. I'm not quite sure what we're going to... oh, that's not the building I wanted to click on. Not quite sure how we're going to solve all of our problems, but it's getting better a little bit at a time. Every episode. That is the goal. And that is hopefully what we can do today. Get this floodgate dam completely finished. So at least this whole mess isn't going to be a thing. And it's not going to contaminate this. And once that's done, we can build this whole flood wall thing here. Now, I do want to acknowledge a couple of you have submitted some really cool designs for a flood wall to get built here. I don't think we're going to get it built today, but there are some pretty tempting variations of things that I'm going to have to go through. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like when we're finished, but I do want to build this about as high as I can to try and trap as much water back here as possible. Because you take a look at these water pumps, right? The maximum depth on these is 3. This one, though, this one goes to 6. This is basically just the iron teeth pump, right? It's the one that we've been building elsewhere. But the 6 includes the block that it goes up. So what we might end up having to do on the side here, depending on how deep this is, we might end up having to blast the cliff face down just a touch and then figure something else out, because I do want to make sure I can take advantage of as much space as I possibly can. Like, even if I did this, honestly, this is okay. It just, I want it to go all the way down. It'd be so satisfying. So we also have the aquifer pumps that can go almost literally anywhere. But we have to research these, and we have to make the parts. And the large aquifer pump takes clockwork robotic controllers and multiple drill bits, and it's expensive. We built the small aquifer pumps in the first water beaver playthrough. We had a number of those. Those worked pretty well, but it's something that we have to power, which means we have to have a stable source of that, which for a lot of this map is probably going to end up having to be engines. It's just a thing. Obviously, gravity batteries can help as well. The crappy windmills are what the name implies. The solar arrays are pretty cool, but they work intermittently, and they would have to be paired with gravity batteries. Of course, we do have the fantastic flywheels mod that does work in Update 5. It hasn't been fully updated to Update 6 yet. I understand the work is progressing, but while we have it here, I'm definitely going to try and take advantage of these. It's just the science cost is absolutely staggering. Even in the regular game, but in the water beavers especially, just because of how much effort it takes to get to there. So that's going to be a very, very... Wow, we had 2 back-to-back beavers get eaten by grooves and tunnels. That's unfortunate. Okay, cool. We're getting pretty close to having this complete. So we will need to go ahead and blast out our space here to dump water. I don't think it needs to be 3 wide, honestly. I think we can get by just making this 2 wide. I'll blast these 2 out. We also, you know, we're going to continue doing this. I just did not want it to become a thing that was taking away from everything else. I want it to at least be partially operable before we worry about it. So, another thing you guys mentioned in the comments, they can't get to these blockages because they can't reach the bottom of them. So what we're going to need to do is evaluate just how big of a problem that is and see if we need to send... Yeah, okay, so this one we're going to have to send beavers down to get rid of, because then that's the only way we can build up our double levees here. I cannot, in the water beaver mod, I cannot just place them here. They have to come off of land, and I don't think they can build off of each other. So we will have to send someone down here. We do have the ladders or the regular platforms. I'm just, you know, just for the sake of having this be done, I'm just going to put ladders in. We can take them up later. It's not going to be a big deal. It's not currently poison in here. So putting those ladders in will allow them to get rid of those. It is a good tide cycle. And to build these levees is not going to be a problem. The hardest thing is getting materials here, which is a process. But now that we have this cut-through set up here, I think we're going to be in good shape. This is... Ooh, okay. Oh, this is just decoration. This isn't a problem. But I can get that out of here. We can kind of have a shortcut across the cliff here. See what I can get away with. Just put a staircase... Alright, like so. And then these guys, because, okay, it dies in 1,000 days. Yeah, that's going to take a hot minute for that to go away. But, oh, I committed a, can't do that. That's not what it's called. It's fine. So what we'll do here... See, it's a continuous cycle of, oh, this'll work. No, it won't. This'll work. No, it won't. Until you feel like you're just going to throw up. But it's worth it. It's a fun mod. And apparently you guys like watching me suffer, so... I don't know how to feel about that one, to be perfectly honest with you, but it's probably fine. We will have this connect nicely up top here. Eventually, Obviously, it's not a huge priority, so I will massively deprioritize these staircases, but we do eventually want these to be here. Main goal for right now, of course, is to get this floodgate dam operating, and it is not too far away. I do see we're out of tar, so I do have to check and see. Okay, that's making nitroglycerin. I've got another one over here. It is. That is making tar. So we are okay. It just doesn't have all its materials yet. Just has to get going. So that's going to work out nicely. This has not been completely harvested yet, but within the next couple days... Wait, they haven't even harvested all... You know what? Alright, we don't need to wait. I know there's going to be someone talking about, why didn't you just get rid of this? Alright, well, we'll do it then. Because they're not getting all of this rice out of here. Okay, that needs to be prioritized by haulers. We need a... You know what we need? We need a big storage for rice. This is only 144. So I'm going to... green pea storage. Yeah, we can do this. We can use technology to be our friend. Unplant these. Okay, no, I'm not waiting for that. We don't have time for that. Get rid of that. I guess just empty these storages, and then I'm going to rebuild the big ones here. We have room for 2. That will be A-okay. And this water is still not going up here. You know what I didn't do? My stupid whatever. I didn't turn the pumps back on. All right. All right. You got me. You got me. We'll turn the pumps back on. I don't know why I paused to do this. It's fine. Oh man, that's a blunder. Because we have, you know, only 40-something water. That's not going to be sustainable. Why do we have any water? Well, you idiot, you didn't turn the pumps back on. That's why. Get these guys back in here. And then, yeah, we'll start pumping this stuff again. We just, we gotta get... Rivet. We got to get more organized with our setup here. Eventually, we won't have to do this. We will not have to do this anymore. Lag. Once this is all dammed up. How close are we here? Okay, just waiting on 11 tar. And the rest of these things... Okay, good. They built one ladder there. They're waiting on metal blocks, which I have 117 of. That's fine. Everything is working. It's just not super great. Like I said, everything is hard. It's like trying to... I don't even know what a good analogy is for this, but it's like extreme simultaneous demand of a bunch of stuff that just, you know, does not even remotely make sense until you sit there and think about it for a billion years. Oh, this is going to get me in trouble. It's been 20 minutes since the start of the episode, and I still hadn't fixed that. Yeah, that's back connected. This was disconnected because we had separate districts, but the high ground is no more. We lost the high ground, and that is unfortunately something that I forgot to fix right there. Now, this is still, I don't want to wait for them to empty this. We don't need to be beholden to the, oh, we got to get everything deleted before we delete the, no, it's just, it really does not matter. So that will be gone, and then I'll put this large warehouse there. This one can be, well, it doesn't really matter, but this one can be for rice. As soon as I remember what rice looks like, there it is. And of course the green peas as well, as soon as I remember what, there they are. That'll be set to supply and supply. Having it right next to this ladder stack is going to be really nice, even though it is still a little bit of a hike to get here. It's fine. It's better than it was, and that is what matters. Now we should have water flowing through here. Yes, very slowly. Oh, good. Good. They got these, or they got that one out of there at least. So now it comes time for us to put in... Is this water level supposed to be that high? I guess it probably is. But now we can get our 2 tall levees in. That will go there. This, of course, is to force all of the water out this one outlet. And we'll see once this is actually finished. It looks like it's got all the materials, so this is just about ready to go. Little bits and pieces, folks. Micromanaging everything. But we will make it work, because that is what we do. Okay, this one's done as well, so we'll do this. Nice and easy. I hope this actually works. No reason for it not to. But we're going to have to keep an eye on this and make sure, absolutely sure, that this is going to be done before we have a bad tide. I think we're going to be okay. And then also we need to, remove the ladders in case we have a bad tide so the beavers don't go swimming in nasty juice. So I'm going to prioritize this dynamite just so that we can have this finished in time to let stuff out. Let's just drop that down all the way. That is pretty cool with the frame like that. I like that a lot. But yeah, it's flowing down through these single wide cracks here. Once this is all blocked up, all of these will come through. I think it can fit through 2. If not, we'll expand it. Again, it really doesn't matter. It's going to be absolutely fine. Now, the fun part is going to be... I'm going to have to do this one segment at a time because they obviously can't reach past anything to blow anything up. And because of the way that the 1x1 bridges work in this mod, it's not going to be a problem for us to have anything go across here. Then we can always, expand it later to be something else. Alright. And I can do this and this at the same time. That does work. So that's going there. Too far from a... Oh, okay, because this is disconnected, that's why. Yeah, see, this came together really quick. Actually, we're just waiting on the logs, and that is going to be a little bit of a process to get done. But now that we actually have explosives up here, we can work toward getting this blasted out the rest of the way. This is going to have to be at least 2 deep. But now that I can access all of this, we can just get that completely done. And then we can work on widening it if we need to widen it. We will test before a bad tide to see if all of it can shove through here with no problems. If it does, problem solved. If it doesn't, well, then we'll have to go back to the drawing board. But I think we're going to be okay. Just got to wait for them to take care of everything here. And that's actually done. So the next beaver in there is going to finish the building. And then this is ready to go here. Look at all that water coming out. That's going to drain really... Oh, that was almost bad. This is going to drain really, really quick. But no issue there. And now I can take my 1x1s and make a nice little bridge right there. That is cool. That works. And this got finished way quicker than I thought it would. Good stuff. Good to see. Planks and logs. I got planks, I got logs. They just have to come build it. It seems they're going to do this first, which I guess is fine. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just blast all this at once. If it all fits through a 1 wide, 2 deep channel, then we're done. And we can celebrate our victory. If it doesn't, well, we'll figure it out. We got some time. It's still day 5. But man, I've been wanting for this to be done forever, and I know you guys have too, so we can continue doing other stuff. But we can leave them alone for a little bit of time. Is this cleared out? Yes, it is. Very good. Let's put our river bath up top there. That'll always be available. That's going to be really helpful for bad tides. These 2 here are good, but they're not going to last forever, just because of how the thing is set up. Taking a look at the notes. Other things, it's mostly a lot of the same comments about, hey, you should fix this, or when you eventually move X, Y, or Z around, you do this. Like that's not always something I can address in that specific episode. But I do try. I try. That's all you can do sometimes, is try. Now we're making laboratory glassware, and I have 4 sets. I forgot to turn this off, so we should probably start thinking about what else we want to make. Drill bits seems like a really good thing to start stockpiling. But it does use a lot of scrap metal, It also uses methane, which is something we need to use because we need to make more room for everything else. So we can start making drill bits. I believe those can just go in a regular pile storage. Let's just check real quick. Yeah, that's going to have to go in a pile. So I know we're going to use it eventually. I don't have right now anywhere really good to put it. So why don't we... Yeah, screw press axles there. Wait a second. This doesn't go in a... Does it have to go in a glorious storage? I sure hope not. Oh, it absolutely does. Well... not that big of a deal. It's just annoying because it only takes 5 at a time. It's fine. World's longest panning stupid backwards helicopter shot while I sneeze violently away from the microphone on mute. But we're good. This is taken care of. These suspension bridges need to be constructed. Let's prioritize those. They're going to be working on this as soon as they can. But it looks to me like most of this is ready to go. Let's blast this out. That is always satisfying. It's just this last bit to get done. And then we can test. We can see if this is going to be adequate. To my knowledge, the flow rate does not change during bad tides. So I've seen some people post that it does. But I don't have any proof of that. So until that's proven, I have no reason to believe that that's going to be the case. Everything else over here is looking okay. We don't need to really spend too much time over here once this is complete, except to make sure that these are set correctly before bad stuff happens. Yeah, they're gonna take their time doing that. We are kind of low on the explosives. Just going to keep that in check. This will, once this is in place, and assuming I don't screw it up, this will basically mean permanent lotuses growing here, unless we pump all the water out, which we're going to try not to. This up here does now have the river bath. Well, once it is built, it will have the river bath. That's looking good. We have our quartz mine here is currently mining. I cannot click on this for some reason. I guess because it's technically inside another building, but it let me do this, so I guess it's fine. Now, we haven't talked about this yet, this episode, but we've been making blueprints for the ENS. Please lag. Thank you. We are currently out of brain-boosting salts, and I think we need that to make both of these, but it takes 16 days to research. I should have done this earlier. Nitroglycerin, I have how much? Do I have enough to make more explosives? I don't know, and I have 2. Okay. But we do need brain-boosting salts. Oh, this guy's making brain-boosting salts. Why is he not making brain-boosted salts? He doesn't have badwater. Okay, well. Meanwhile, the mechanic says, I don't care about all that, and he's 60% of the way done making his blueprint for the mechanical side, which is great. We want to have it done as soon as we can, but it is a very, very long process, so even if we have one, we still can't build it. We have to have both. Well, we can start building the building, we just can't finish it until we have both blueprints. But we also have to unlock it with science, and it takes 2,000 and we only have 655. So we're not out of the woods yet, folks. But once we do have it unlocked, we can do so much cool stuff. Like we've got our bachelor's in agronomy, that's going to be all those different plant and whatever tree-related buildings. Metallurgy, we've got nuclear physics, we've got robotics, we've got this thing, robotic controllers, and then these are chips, processors. And if you're boring, you can just make science with it too. But we've got a bunch of cool options. All of them, with the exception of the processors, require us to have brain-boosting salts. So that, of course, we know what the building looks like. That is going to have to be massively improved. And depending on how we have this set up, it might make sense to build an alchemist up here in the Badwater district and just import the logs and the strong alcohol. In fact, that makes so much sense, I can't believe I hadn't done it already. And that nobody suggested. Oh, okay, somebody might have suggested it and I just completely forgot. I might have even replied that was a good idea. You have to understand that my brain is in a constant state of, well, I don't remember doing that. Might not be a good thing, but I'm going to go ahead and build, maybe not because that's in the way. I was going to say I was going to build 2 of these things. And we can have storage up here or stuff like the brain boosting salts. I know we're never going to fill up a large warehouse, but it is cool to see a whole bunch of stuff in one space. Will we ever fill this up again? Probably not. But we have bad water being pumped up here, or not pumped, they're bailing it with buckets. Or, I don't know, sticking their mouth down and they're getting a good thing and then whop into the tank. That's disgusting. I should not have done that, but we have the option, if I can remember where it is, somewhere, there it is, under science, to build these bad water pumps and small bad water pumps. I've been told how to effectively use this building, and for the time being, I cannot do it yet because I'm going to have to reconfigure stuff. But we'll get there. For right now, these 4 beavers doing their bad water bucketing best are going to have to just, you know, hopefully not have any bad problems happen. Alright, so here is what we are going to do. We are going to curse ourselves for having placed all of this at the same time. I'm going to have to get this dynamite out of here. That's going to get blasted out because we're going to have to put one of these other, this thing, floodgate dam. It's going to have to go right here to let stuff out, and then another one over in this spot. So it's very possible that we will have a problem with the bad water coming from up here. But that other area should be completely fine. So we'll get this put in place. I do have to get the rest of these brambles out of the way. The flow on this is not sufficient to warrant a huge diversion thing or whatever. It's just, it's doing something. And I would like it during bad tides to just not be there. So the reason it's 3x3 blasted out is because that's the size of the thing that I can actually move instead of just deleting and rebuilding every time. And it's just the way it is. So this was going to be nice to have the water cannon here. It's just not going to work. There's not enough flow. So this is going to say goodbye, along with this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and then nobody's in here anyway because it's paused. This doesn't have enough water, so this was an enormous, just complete waste of time. But the good news is we have materials that we can harvest and use other places. And if we don't have to have anybody actually here, then what I can do is I can blast this out a whole lot easier and then just place another one of these floodgate dams here, lower it in a good tide, raise it in a bad tide. That's all it is, folks. Simple as that. But I will go ahead and get that dynamite in place just so we are ready. Come back, take a look at how this is going here. That's looking good. Alright, so this is a lag. A 1 wide, 2 deep channel. I don't know that this will be enough, but I'm going to raise this and lower this. Obviously, this isn't going to be completed yet because there's still this down here that has plenty left to do. But if this overflows with only 2 of the things, then we're going to know it definitely wasn't ready. And it's, you know, it's looking pretty close. But I'm going to leave this, at least for just a second. I'm going to leave this going, see if the water level goes up at all. It seems to be cycling slightly. I think we're going to have to widen it. Or deepen it. That's also an option. In fact, deepening it might be the better way to go as it goes through here. As long as there's no water... but there is the waterfall here. That is the waterfall limit's going to strike back at us because there's only 2.2 on one face. So, if we don't widen the rest of it, we will have to widen this. And then this is going to have its own face here. So I will go ahead and do that. That's going to help us out a whole lot to have that taken care of. But it is not flooding here. Is this done? No. Okay, well, it's definitely going to flood then. So, we'll let them take care of that. I'm going to divert the flow back into the places we want it to be. And this, of course, will just manually drain out. I do anticipate... Oh, you know what? I was kind of dumb because I could have just gone across here, but I didn't do that. Well, I can keep this doing what it needs to be doing. I just need to make sure it doesn't drain back into this space. So before we detonate anything, I can just easily do one of these numbers here. And then we'll blast out the center. It'll be fine. It'll work splendidly well. We'll just have to continue making this bigger. But it does still work. And that's good. That is a huge achievement right there. Many, many, many episodes in the making. They are gathering slowly all of these pieces. I do have to make room here, but it's... Oh, these are just logs. What am I stressing out about logs for? Don't need that. So I will get rid of these paths here, because I'm going to shove all this garbage up against the wall so I don't have to have these stairs here anymore. Because they are going to try and build this if I'm not smart about it, so... Get thee over to the wall, please, and thank you. Alright, that solves that problem. Demolish buildings all the way. And now, friends, I can do this, and I can do this. And because this building is 2 blocks tall, it'll block this and then send everything right off the side there. Wow, these brambles grew in quick. That's, well, I don't know why I'm surprised. This does this every time. And every time I say, wow, they're quick. It's like, well, I didn't apparently have the foresight to solve that problem. Instead, I just get to be amazed about something I've already learned about 800,000 times. Alright, so that's going to go there. I really, yeah, you know, it's day 11. We're going to be out of time before too long. We just need to get this thing done. In fact, now that this is no longer a concern, deprioritize. Do anything else. Well, okay, you were already on your way to do that, so I guess you can do that. It's fine. But they can reach this from, hopefully the other side here. I guess they can. No problems. Well, I need to make sure that these brambles don't take over this again. So we're going to have to babysit this thing for a little bit of time. And see what we're going to be doing here. Every little bit counts. Good, that is ready to go. Lag, once again. That's done. This one bit here. Okay, alright. Alright, okay. Put that there. Immediately, except this one here is not going to get immediate lead. No, it is. It is going to get immediate lead. This is not going to... Oh, no, that's no good. Alright, that'll have to be place held with a path. Because I need to be able to go down 2. I need to go 1 more here. And then these... This is such a stupid way to do this. I don't know why I did it this way. But it's fine. It's fine. I just have to be able to stand here because I can't come in from this side to get that done. And then once these are out... Okay, good. This is done. The time to build this floodgate dam was last episode. But I was married to the idea of this actually working, and it didn't. So, it is what it is. This will just have to get built gradually. As long as this one is built first. I think that's all that really matters because I can just shove it off this side without having a structure in place if it's a bad tide. But if I built this one first, then, well, that's not going to do me any good if we have all these other incessant problems going on. What in the world is here that's not getting... I thought I'd done this already. Well, that's annoying. Huh. Well, this one needed to get done pretty soon anyway. The ingredients for the... I already forgot what they're called because my brain is garbage today. Ingredients for the juice, the brain-boosting serum thing. Salt. It's literally right here. I can't believe it. Bad water, strong alcohol, and a little bit of log. Chew on that one. But like I said, the bad water's right here. The strong alcohol is a little bit more of a problem, but we have all these small tanks, and we got lemonade up here because I guess for some reason I thought I needed to put lemonade there. We can do... I almost try to click and drag these things. Strong alcohol, please don't drink it because you're not needing to drink that. But we got a couple of them stored in here. Look at the oh, he took it away. I was about to say the packaging looks cool. But yeah, making the brain boosting salts just as soon as somebody's employed here, that is. Okay, so this is now done. This is now done the first time. That's already planted. I got one more bit to go in there. They're already working on this. The tar was a big, huge problem before, so it is good to see that that's already a third done, and we have another... Well, okay, now it's almost all out. But they're working on it, and that's what matters. Should be, hopefully, not as slow. Why are we flooded down here? Why is this flooded so badly? This is worse than it was. We determined it was not the water wheels. We determined it was not this thing. I think it's just too much flow. Unfortunate. Did they at least get all these? Good. Alright, so that means these ladders can all get removed because we don't want the beavers to go down during bad tide. And everything else is set up nicely. Very good. It feels really nice to have this finally finished. But now there is one more test, and we do have to make sure these dynamites are put in place. I can't blow these other ones up yet because, well, of course not, because I have to get over here to do it. So let's prioritize those, come back over here. It is day 13, so you know it's going to be coming soon. Now this here has almost all the tar. Has the blueprint. The gear situation is certainly not ideal, but at least we have some. Metal fasteners are done. Scrap metal will be done soon. Planks and logs for some reason seem to just be the last things they bring up, but we do have enough. We have more than enough. I am going to have to investigate the gears because I think... I don't even need to investigate. I already know what happened is... this guy's busy making a blueprint for the ENS when he should be making the gears, and I don't think I have another mechanics lodge. I do not think I have another one. Well, we should probably build another one anyway. I just have to remember where it is in the menu. That's under... science? Yes. Okay, yeah. I just have to find a place to put it. Is this gonna let me put anything? Yes, I can just flip-flop. There we go. That's easy. Just set this guy to gears. Oh, he's finished! Alright, you can do gears too. Okay, so now the ENS mechanical blueprint. We've got to be careful with this. The ENS mechanical blueprint has to be beautified. And then it has to be copied over here. But there's nobody working here because we have a worker shortage. Maybe because I had buildings paused when they probably weren't supposed to be paused. It's fine. Lag, my favorite. This is done here, which is good. That can be gone away. That can be gone away. I'm an idiot. Okay. Well, it wasn't going to work like that anyway, so I guess it's fine. This should still allow me to place 3 more dynamites. I can't believe I did that. Should allow me to place 3 more dynamites here. Let's just make that a priority. It is day 14 without any news on what the next cycle is going to be, so that's a little concerning. But this isn't done yet, so I'm not going to complain. I think we're doing all right. All we need now is the gears and the logs, and our mechanical dude over here is back to making gears. Once this guy's built, which probably isn't happening anytime soon, given the queue, he'll be making gears. It just is unfortunate it takes 10 hours to make 1 gear. So that is 140 beaver hours. Working hours, mind you, to get the rest of the gears that we need. unless I demolish something that also takes gears. 140 hours is a lot longer than we have before the next bad tide could start. So why don't we go ahead and build this? Yeah, it's a process, folks. This flooding is making me so mad. I don't... well, we spent so much time trying to fix this, and we just can't. It's just not working. The good news, though, is that everything else has been collected with the exception of the gears. And I'm sure that when this turns into day 15, we'll get, you have ultra bad tide. And like, oh, great. Kick me while I'm down. But all we've got to do in a bad tide to fix this area is just make sure this is done and blast one more piece of land out. And we have time before that happens. We just got to keep our wits about us. Make sure everything gets taken care of. And there it is. Right on cue. This is now waiting on what? Okay, no, we have the planks. We have everything for this. I just need to get them to go. Yeah, so, okay, we have 90%. That's good. They can make it, assuming, you know, they get here right when the day starts, which that never happens. But they can make, say, realistically, one and a half gears per day per thing. I'm going to prioritize this. We're going to need to build another one. And I don't really have a great place to put it yet. We will be fixing that at some point. But I suppose I'm going to have to... get that thing out of here. I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and put this thing in a suboptimal place. Just so it can be built, so we can have this thing finished, so we don't waste all of our hard work here. Well, I say hard work, I'm sitting here playing a video game. That's not really something that a lot of people would consider to be hard work. That's good to go. This one's going to be good to go. I think... Man, 2.4 days. If the bots in the Iron Teeth, the bots in the Water Beavers are haulers only, as far as I can tell. Yeah, hauling bot. Yeah, so it'll be nice to have those when we have them, but we don't, and we won't for a very long time. How are we looking here? Okay, 84 and 44. This one here just finished. Getting supplies, but it is the end of the day. So, they're going to have 2 full days to make... How many do I need? See, that's not going to work, folks. Man, I'm gonna have to do some shenanigans, aren't I? What was in here? Sawdust? Okay, well, that's not really being needed over here. So I guess that can go away. Alright, we're gonna pause. We're gonna min-max the you-know-what out of this. I have a... Okay, well, that's gonna be a problem, but I know I can put at least 2 of these in here. I can put 1 here, and I can put 1... Let's say here. Utmost priority, construct this immediately. I don't know if they can build this by the end of this day here. But if they can, and if these guys keep going, remember we do have 3. 50%. This one will finish today. 96%. This one will finish in just a second, and maybe can make 1 more. This one has not started, so that's, if we're lucky, they'll get 1. If either of these get finished quickly, they might be able to make 1 in 1 day. But if we have 5 going on the last day, I like our chances of getting this finished. So, we will let the sun come up, let these guys build. Hopefully, this is a quick process. I imagine I'm going to need another one, so you know what, we'll just... where am I going to put this, man? This giant thing in the middle of the screen's not helping. We can do that anywhere else. Why did it have to be here? Why did I have to put this here? I really don't have anywhere else to stick this thing right now. Which is a little frustrating. Yeah, there's no chance this gets done. Oh, but it's up to 9. It's up to 9. Okay, halfway through the workday of 18 hours. How are we looking? 70% good. That's going to finish. This one, oh, maybe not. It might be at like 95% by the time it's done. But I have a secret weapon, and it's called 24-hour forced labor. The Waterbeavers do not have a Geneva Convention or a union or OSHA or anything like that. All they know is pain and suffering. But I would really like to have this done. Okay, so that's starting another one. It looks like this one is going to finish. Oh, I forgot this area floods. Oh, that's a disaster. That's a disaster. Please do not flood this. Please do not flood this. Okay, well, this one's half done. Jeez, what a pain. Wait, I have a... I have my own secret weapon. Oh, you know what? This is definitely going to overflow. Well, you know... Sheesh. This is definitely not going to be finished in time. Alright. That is going to have... Well, it doesn't have to go in right now. What I really need... Oh, this is my folly right here. Was not immediately getting these brambles taken care of again. Because that's going to be an issue. I can't make them forced labor tonight because then they're going to be exhausted for tomorrow. So tomorrow night is the night nobody goes to bed. Because we have a city to save. How's this going? It's almost at the end of the working hours. 47%, 44%, so both of those will be done sometime in the middle of the next day. 76%, 0% because we don't have enough planks. That was a mistake. This one is at another 0% because we don't have the materials. Alright, I should have prioritized by haulers, but I didn't do it. Oh, 12 out of 20. I don't like the odds. I do not like the odds because this does still have to be finished building, even if all the materials are there. And then we're gonna have a long day, folks. Long day for these beavers. And I really could use another one of these. Well, even if this isn't finished immediately, it'll get finished at some point before it gets too bad. So I guess we just kind of have to let it be what it's going to be and just deal with it. Oh, no. Oh, no. I forgot that this works this way. That was a new thing they did in Update 6 where they can build diagonally. It's not a thing in Update 5, folks. Ooh, well, at least I did this bit. At least I did that bit. You know, you got to celebrate what you can do. You can get happen here. All right, prioritized by haulers. I really should have done that earlier. That one already was. All right, I am remaining hopeful that we can get this done, but in the event that we don't, I don't think it's caused a panic quite yet. Oh, look at this. We're also coming up on the ideal ending time. Am I going to give you guys a cliffhanger? Am I going to do it? I don't know. We'll find out. Okay. Third of the way through the workday. It's got 15 out of 20 gears. You know we might be okay. We might be fine. 26%, so that might finish. Maybe not. 0%, there's no chance that's finishing. 0%, no chance that's finishing. This is at 50, 60, 43. Oh my god, turn off building sounds, please. 16 out of 20. This has the explosives here. That's... Alright, I think it's going to be worth our time to extend the workday. 30%. This is still at 0% because they don't have all the materials. Like, I got this stuff everywhere. Oh, it's flooded, so they can't use it, of course. Because that is apparently what I have to be focusing on here. The good news is that... Oh, Well, I guess that's not really that good of a news. This is going to be causing problems. Come on. Come on, folks. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. They can't go to bed. 24-hour working day. Stay on the job. Stay on the job. Do not go home. Forget about lunch. Nobody eats lunch this late anyway. Still don't have materials. How's this? Oh, it's got 20. Alright. Immediately, somebody come build this right now. Right now. I can't talk. The excitement is just too great. Who will be the savior of the people? Tyler 19XX. You have done Beaverkind a great service, friend. So that is now going to divert. We've got to flip-flop these guys here. Yes. Oh, it's glorious. Saved at the very last possible moment. Oh, that feels good. Now let's get the rest of this thing done. Alright, bad tide started. It's only 4 days. Alright, we'll go through the bad tide. We'll go through the whole thing. I need to make sure this is working. Okay, I don't know why I thought this might not work, but it's working. We're okay. Crisis averted. Look at us go. Look at us go. We're so beautiful right now. It's glorious. But we do still have to protect our crops, because there will be no more water coming in. 4-day bad tide, I'm really not worried about that other thing drying up. But this bit here, for sure will if we allow them to keep pumping. So, we'll take care of that. And then I will pause these accessory pumper dudes. Oh, we can build this. I can unpause that and they can actually build that one. But the rest of them will leave up 3.6 days. Is this actually handling it without problems? Because I guess this technically now has multiple faces because of the way this was folded up. I'm kind of skeptical that this won't flood later, but this is ready to go now, so... Okay, that increases outflow. This now goes here. Yeah, look at it going down. Okay, folks. You know what? It looks like this is a success. It looks a little freaky with the lines here, but hey, that's a bypass. It's working. It is absolutely working. I would like to take this moment to thank our dear friend Dr. Alex for the initial badgering endlessly, it seemed at times, to build one of these things I did not think was possible. But the vision was there. I saw it, and we made it happen. So, you know, I always appreciate anything you guys leave in the comments, even if it's I jokingly reply to like, "Hey, we can't do this," blah blah blah. Sometimes it's best to just keep asking me to do something because it turns out it might actually work. Sometimes you are wrong, though, and it's not possible. But in this case, it did work. So just want to make sure I took the time to acknowledge that it was a good idea, and it did work. And there's no more bad water here, and there never will be again. We're just going to have to remember to keep this going here. Now, we're not completely out of the woods yet, because now the good water can flow off the side of the map until we get this fixed. So we will need to go ahead and start building another one. But I was just so excited at the possibility of, you know, not having to worry about it again that I forgot that I wasn't quite ready to not yet worry about it again. Alright, so that's done. Floodgate Dam goes here. We will default that. They're not going to finish it by the time the bad tide's over, but we'll default that to 2.0. And yeah, we should be in good shape. And now I have a lot of mechanics lodges that we probably aren't going to need, because these guys, you know, they make blueprints, which I already have, or they make gears, or maybe we say, hey, we need to have a bunch of gears, and well, we have a bunch of gears. Let's set up to be a bunch of gears. How low has this gotten? That's actually kind of concerning how low this is. So I lied again. I know. I am going to limit these Soon there will be a time when I do not have to do this, but that time is not now. And so I must continuously limit these things. And this is actually ready to go. That's cool. I really should have finished that one a lot earlier, but you know how it goes. It is what it is. We got 2.2 days left in this bad tide. We're not infected here. It is performing kind of. It looks like it might have overflowed a little bit because there's some bad water here. That's actually kind of concerning. How did that happen? How did we get bad water in here? Well, I didn't see it overflow, so maybe did it come through here? It shouldn't have. That absolutely should not have been a thing. But I think I don't think we're gonna have to, you know, make this any bigger than it already is. I think we're just good. This, however, is it's gonna pollute a little bit downstream. There is some still here, which you know, now I'm actually kind of concerned about how that was even possible. It really should not have been possible because, oh, whatever. It's not killed these, so I guess I can't really complain. But there is going to be a substantial amount that needs to get flushed out, and I can't, unfortunately, do it without, you know, moving it past everything here. But, oh man, at least this works. This was stressful, I'm not going to lie. But we got it done. And this will just make it better once everything's all said and done as well. Science-wise, we're at 1100. Remember that we need to... Oh, you know what I also forgot? The fancy ENS blueprints, which I have one because nobody's in here. Let's get somebody in here. Make a couple of fancified ENS blueprints. We're not going to need more than 5. We're probably not going to need more than 1, honestly. I mean, maybe we'll build 2. But I just need to have them actually start duplicating this. I think they can store a maximum of 5. Once this is taken care of course, they don't have the materials yet. But that'll be fine, and then... Did they finish the... No, they still haven't gotten all the materials. Sheesh. Oh, is the lotus... Really? The lotus flower tea is what's holding you back? After all this time? That was being made here. Oh, we didn't have enough lotus flowers. Well, that shouldn't have been a problem because we have... We got 827 of these, but... Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? We didn't ever change this back for making dynamite, so that can absolutely get changed. That's why that hadn't happened yet. Alright, so we have a fancy blueprint. We're waiting for that to get done. So I didn't need to worry about it, but it is really frustrating that this didn't get done this episode because it takes 16 days. 16 days. That's an entire cycle. That's an entire episode of waiting. At least. Because that's total time. That's not beaver working time, so it's actually probably closer to 25 days-ish. Oh my god, I didn't take this off at 24 hours. Oh no. Oh no, do we have exhausted beavers? I've not been keeping track of it. I don't see exhausted beavers. Did the water beavers not get exhausted? Have I been playing this entire time trying to be nice to the beavers when I didn't have to? That would be fascinating discovery. That would be absolutely fascinating. Alright, ENS mechanical in here. Why do I not... Oh, okay, it was 80% done. I was about to say, why do I not have another copy of this? No. Well, we're fine. Man, that feels good, though. I know it's... Wait, hold on. Why is this... Why... I have so many questions. Why did I deprioritize the irrigation lodges? That should never have been a thing. Oh, now I gotta check. Was that the only one that was deprioritized? That was a stupid thing of me to do. well, this one also didn't quite need it, but yeah. This one is... Oh, that one is prioritized. That one's deprioritized, but there's still somebody in there. This alchemist is making this. You know, we actually have brain boosting salts. Oh, I was going to look at the design of the box. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. We do have strong alcohol in here. So, you know, they've got it in stock. Mostly. We got log storage here. We got badwater here. It's just a struggle. We're going to have to keep up with that. Why is the game still paused? I think I solved... Ah, the water ran out. Okay. Well, I guess now is as good a time as any to just get these reset so I don't forget next time. Except for the ones that are in the area we don't want to be pumping yet. And then we'll get that taken care of, and then we'll get everything reset, and then we'll be done with the episode, and we will have successfully had an entire bad tide basically completely negated by having our bypass. And that is fantastic stuff. I love that with my entire heart. It's working beautifully. We only have 11 contaminated adults. That's actually kind of normal. Now, it's going to take some time for this to flesh out, which I guess is to be expected. This is going to have some latent nasty in it, especially because of the configuration of all this. But over time, it will dilute. It's just going to have to be... It's just going to have to be a process. This one will get cleaned out, and this one will get cleaned out very, very quickly. But this one's going to be nasty for a while. So we're going to have to be a little careful with that. But this is already running clean, so let's lower that back down. You know what? We actually probably don't need this. Well, it's already almost built, so we'll just leave it there. I forgot the flow was so weak on this; it wasn't a big deal. But here I am. Oh, man. This is gonna... this bugs me. Having all this nasty in here. Oh, do I really want to spend 150 science on a stream gauge when I can just look at this and say, hey, this is bad? I don't think it's going to cause us problems to just open this up. The rest of this is clean enough. And it's more important for us to have the water. So I will go ahead and just reverse these. But we will end up having to monitor this. We'll keep an eye on it. It should be okay. But that, friends, is me pushing the wrong button. There we go. That is going to be it for today. I always appreciate you being here, taking your time to watch these videos and leave insightful comments. It's always, always appreciated. I do always read them, like I said earlier. I cannot respond to everybody, but I do always make sure I read what you guys have to say. And try to do as much as I can, keep notes, etc., so on and so forth. So I just want to make sure that you understand you are appreciated, you are valued, and I am very glad you're here. Beard Boosters as well, you see their names scrolling up the screen. They make it possible with their contributions for me to do these deep series where we are in episode 28 of a mod for Timberborn on an old version of the game, and people are still watching. So... the support that you guys give through your viewership and the support that they give financially makes it possible for me to justify continuing doing this all the time. And I cannot be thankful enough for all of that support. So, that being said, we will be ending this episode now, and we'll be back in this series on Sunday to hopefully make our way into the ENS. If we can get the actual research started, it's just... The lotus flower tea seems to be a problem because somebody didn't have the lotuses being separated. I don't know who that could have been. Definitely wasn't me. Anyway, we're doing fine. We're going slow, but we are doing so much better than the first playthrough, and I am very excited to see what happens next. But that's all the time we got for today. Whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and we will see you later. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.